just messing around with k-means plots and Plotly today. I'm looking at xOBA, exit velocity, and vertical angle. And in the k-means, I found that a k of 13 is giving me the best results right now. I don't know if that's the correct k to use, but it looks good. And anyway, so here are the 13 clusters that it found. You see, these are the extreme ground balls and the pop-ups, and you see these are, you know, the really weak balls, the sort of okay balls, where these like 80 miles per hour or whatever, and then these are your harder hit balls, and of course these are your hard hit ground balls, your hard hit line drives, and here are your hard hit fly balls. Anyway, so this is the 2D version. So let's look at the 3D version. Huh? So let's just move it around a little bit. So you see this z-axis is now xOBA. So so look at that. So here are what my k-means clustering are describing as my 13 clusters. So here we go. So I think this is pretty interesting. You see that this is finding that there are two high value plots here. So you can see that these are, what are these, like 6 to like 21 degrees roughly, and obviously these are all hit very hard. For the lowest velocity is about like 90, 91 or whatever. And then these are, so these would be your fliners and line drives, fliners, like really hard hit balls. And these are more of your fly balls. You know, this is going from about, 21, 22 up to like 39. So I mean, I've found that about 20 to 39 degrees is roughly where most of the home runs are going to be hit. And then above that, I classify all of these as pop-ups, personally. But anyway, so you see, there is a possibility that these slightly higher launch angles, you see these are like 44 degrees or whatever, there is a possibility that they are high value, but extremely rare. I mean, look at most of those balls are down in the lower value. And the same with the pop-ups. Like, it is possible to have a high value pop-up, but it's rare, very rare. Most of these are pretty low. So this is interesting here. I'm not really sure what that means. I would assume that these are, I guess, balls that go just over the infielder and not to the outfielder, I guess. I don't know. Anyways, so, we talk about that it's the value donut, where you have higher value around and then there's low value right here. That's what these balls are. You see that there's kind of higher value all the way around, and then you get a little tiny divot down there. These are lower launch angles, weakly hit, basically useless balls. And they extend up to slightly higher velocities into the 80 mile per hour range, but then once you get into the high 80s and 90s, the value goes up again. Especially at the little bit higher launch angles, although these are still low launch angles. These are all ground balls. So anyway, so this is what I've been looking at. I thought you might find it interesting. And so yeah, so there you go.